Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Do like that promo I asked you to do. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. This one is going to be about crypto today. It's been a minute since I talked about crypto. Nothing has changed. I told you guys I was DCAing, and in that DCAing, I have not stopped. Everybody in Money Moves have been seeing all of my crypto moves and my buys, even the buys for today. Which were up. So inflation has cooled off. Inflation is cooling. So inflation was lower than expected. Though it's still high, it was lower than expected. Closing bell just happened. The S&P closed higher Tuesday, wiping out all of 2025 losses. So remember, April 2nd, liberate us from our money day. That has fully recovered and then some, all right? As you could see here, look at this. This is a big move for crypto and even bigger signal for Bitcoin. This is what I told people in Money Moves this morning. For a crypto company to be added to one of the most important indexes in the US shows how far this industry has come. It's not just hype anymore. It's becoming a real part of traditional financial systems. So what does that mean for your crypto? It means that it's going to be added. It's going to be added into funds. It's going to be added into ETFs, okay? It being added like that. It makes crypto more accessible, and the financial structure of crypto, including, just the gamut is so far stretching beyond what you see here. All right. So the S&P 500, as you know, you could buy the S&P 500 by just buying VOO. Now, and other, Vanguard and other type of ETFs that encompass the S&P 500, right? So every time you buy the S&P 500, you are now buying what? Coinbase, which houses what? Crypto. And this is what makes it even more legit. These are the things we have to keep our eyes and ears on. And we've been talking about this for years, that it was going to happen. And then look at this. Based on this news, Coinbase is up 24%, good people. Absolutely mooning Coinbase itself, and then of course everything else is going up too. But Coinbase is up 24% today alone. Year to date, not so much. But today, look at that, 24%. Why? Because it's being added to the S&P 500. Just gives it such a momentum behind it, making it a true, real, legit company, okay? And then what else could happen? Companies like Strategy being added to more funds, MicroStrategy added to more funds, giving it more legitimacy, okay? And so the structure is being built. And there's another story I wanted you to listen to. I want you to listen to this, good people, because all of this, and then we'll look at some crypto, but all of this is major news as it pertains to crypto. Let's try this.
Now, with this sort of onslaught of ETF flows, we have a fourth characteristic, which is just scarcity. Bitcoin miners cannot produce Bitcoin as fast as this overwhelming demand. So I don't think it's appropriate to view it as a tech stock in the tech bundle. Whether you view it as a commodity like gold is somewhat subjective. I like to look at it that way. Some others don't. But I think it's a good framework to think about, specifically relative to the gold trade.
So you guys understand the power of these ETFs and all of the look at Bitcoin right now. Just look at all of the crypto right now. And all of the crypto right now has been moving with legislation still not clear and not the proper backing behind it. This is what I'm talking about. Listen to this.
The one important thing to remember about these ETF inflows, not just the surge we've seen recently, but since the beginning, because it's been an absolutely phenomenally performing ETF. And this is a very important point that's overlooked. This is being done with the asset managers not allowing their salespeople, their financial advisors, to recommend it. So that's
so you heard that. All of this was done without the asset managers recommended. So you go to Edward Jones and they say, we suggest you put this and this and this into your basket of stocks or crypto or equities. And they haven't been doing that for crypto, right? Now this opens the way for it. So let me bag this up and listen to this again, because this is important.
Salespeople, their financial advisors, to recommend it. So that's extraordinary. That's like a shoe salesman not being able to recommend Nike, right? So that's going to change at some point. And I'll sort of leave it to your viewers to determine what happens when that thundering herd of brokers can actually pick up the phone and recommend this ETF.
So there you go, good people. I 100% agree with this. I talked about this a year ago, and that we were leading this way. And here we are, good people. Here we are. So let's look at a few things. This looks beautiful to me. I don't know about you, but this looks beautiful to me. All right. For all of the XRP heads, look at this, including myself. I still have XRP, like I've been telling you guys. But look at what it's done for the week based on this news, right? 20% over the last 7 days. But there's something way, way, way more important than that, okay? Way more important than that. And that is this. Ethereum up by 50% over the last 7 days with Bitcoin 10. So Ethereum has woke up. And what does that mean, Larry? For Bitcoin to lose its dominance, for us to even have an alt season, we need Ethereum. We need the altcoins led by Ethereum to actually get more of the market share, right? And then thus lowering Bitcoin dominance, so the altcoins. So what happens is people pile into Bitcoin, Bitcoin runs up, and then it runs up to a point where people have made enough money, and then they start selling a little Bitcoin and buying the altcoins. And then altcoin season comes right behind Bitcoin, right? And so a lot of people think, we already hit the highs, okay, with altcoins. My question to you is, the altcoins that you are holding, look and see where the highs were and think to yourself, can it get back to the highs? Because if it gets back to the highs, which I believe it can and will, if nothing falls apart, then we are looking good. I took profits and then I start buying back in. I start DCAing back in. I've been sharing it with Money Moves, and I've been DCAing back in. And in the last week, I'm up nicely, okay? Over 20K in the last 7 days. So that's really good. Let's do some digging together. Remember how XRP kept falling beneath Tether? Tether, as far as market capitalization, now we are looking good with 20% in 7 days. It doesn't take long with crypto, right? And so let's look at a few memes, because I know you guys are like, what about this meme? What about that meme? Well, let's look at it together, good people. We got Doge up, all right? 40% over the last 7 days. Look at Pepe killing it, 86%. And for those of you that remember, I said, yes, Shiba-inue and Doge are cool. I have a little of both. But I said my pick this time was Bunk and Pepe. Those two twins, I said those are the new Sheeb and Doge. Leave me a coffee cup if you remember me saying that. So now Pepe Le Pew has woken up after being beat down, okay? And then I'm mad at this Trump coin. I'm not touching it. All right, so I'm just keeping it real, y'all. Bunk is up. Look at that, 40%. Dog with Hat is absolutely skyrocketing at 116%. It has doubled in the last 7 days. So it don't take long, right? Now, I swung Bunk and this 40%. I swung Bunk before the cool off and made 42K, just swinging it. I just kept swinging it. I buy when it's low, it runs up, and then I sell it, right? But then I started DCAing back in, like I told you guys, and I haven't sold anything this round. I'm not selling anything this time around. Everything I have, which most of it is in Bitcoin, I'm just holding long term. Now, I know what the charts say. I know what the past say. I'm telling you guys, this time I do not believe Bitcoin is going to fall as much as it does when crypto winter hits. Okay? So look at this. Most viewed. We got Pepe, Doge, and Sheeb in there. Most viewed, right? And so I always like to look at this, and then you got the top gainers right here, right? But let's go back and let's look at this. Bitcoin dominance. This is what we're looking at, right? 61%. So the dominance, Bitcoin dominance is actually falling, which is good for altcoin season. Follow? So Bitcoin dominance has fallen by 1.3%. Ethereum is up. And this, out of all of the altcoins, we need Ethereum specifically to lead the altcoin season. Okay? So all is not lost, good people. I know, we think that it does. And I like this, the dominance chart. You can see here, Bitcoin is the orange. So Bitcoin dominance was going down, right? And then we have Ethereum going up, right? See here, you can see the chart right there, spreading. But right here is where we were. What is that? There we go. June 18th, we were in a run. All right. So look at your charts, look at your portfolios, go back to June 18, see where your altcoins were. This is where we should have been actually inching up. Okay. And so the question is, can we get back to where we were June 18th? All right. That's what I'm looking at as it pertains to Bitcoin dominance. And then good people, this fear and greed index is just like clockwork. Again, good people, we don't buy here. Though I'm dollar cost averaging here still. We buy heavy here. We are buying here and we're buying heavy here. We're dollar cost averaging here. I'm dollar cost averaging 2/3 of the money I'm spending here, 1/3 here. So if I'm buying $1 a day, I'm only buying, when it gets here, I'm only buying 25 cents a day. Over here is where I'm buying 75 cents a day. Get it? And so that's how we set it on automatic. And to me, it doesn't matter where support and resistance is. It doesn't matter where the price point is. This is how I simply make money. This is how I made money last cycle. This is how I decided to tap out on Shiba-inue after making $250,000 and not listening to all of the noise. Oh, to the moon, to the moon, to moon when it's going down. Neither did I listen to, oh, it's gonna fall, it's over, the run is over. Don't be overly negative, good people. So that's what I wanted to see. Let's look at some more of the alts, okay? SUI is up 3%. Look at that over the last 7 days. We got, SUI up. Look at this. 26% in the last 7 days. Talk about alts doing really good. Let's look at let's look at Ondo. Okay? Let's look at Ondo and see what Ondo is doing. This is what I want you guys to look at. And it's not over. It's not over. Over the last 7 days. Look at that. 25%. You guys see that? And let's look at Solana, right? Let's look at Solana. And then we're going to go to the 7 day just the same. All right. Come on, load. 7 day. Look at that. 26%. And so this is what I'm saying. These alts are absolutely, they're just mooning. They're doing what they're supposed to do. So my question to you is, did you sell? I did. I triggered my stop losses triggered like I shared with you guys. And I was good because they all triggered in profit. Okay. I lost some because they came down and I was up even way more in my memes. But when that Trump coin came along and the Melania coin and the Junior coin and the dog coin came and did a rug pull on the meme coins, The party was over. So I set stop loss while I had some little profit left in my meme coin. So, and then I gave up a lot. I gave up a lot of profits, and especially in Bunk, where I was up. Even after trading, I was still up 170%. You guys go back to the videos. And I had a lot of money in there. I had 5 figures in it. And then my Bunk alone got to 6 figures in earnings. But what did I do? I didn't get mad, though I was a little pissed. I got even. And I just started dollar cost averaging in, and I just started buying when things were beat down, when everybody was saying the party's over. It's like that Dabberdax commercial. Party's over, folks. That stupid commercial. I don't know why it's funny to me, but that's what people say, and then we react on emotions instead of just seeing what this is telling us and not what people are telling us. Let me know if you dollar cost back in. Let me know when Bitcoin got back down to 74K. Remember that? And I said I was buying when it got down to 70 and then came back up and then came back down to 76K. And I said I was buying at 76K. And I said I wasn't just buying Bitcoin. I was buying these altcoins. I was more into altcoins, and I was buying a little Bunk and Pepe, though I wish I bought more Bunk, but I am still up nicely in my Bunk, and I have quite a bit, because on the last dip I bought more, but I wished I bought even more. I could have been killing it, but all of us, even the best of us, even the ones that's been, know how this game goes, we get fearful, okay? Even I got a little fearful, and I could have been up massively, but I'm cool because I was putting more money into something that was more stable for me, which was Bitcoin, all right? I'm gonna leave it right there, good people. Let me know if you got anything out of this video. And if you know nothing about crypto, if you know nothing about Bitcoin, you wanna take stock up view, and you wanna just go to the crypto lesson and take your time and watch, okay, good people? But let me know, what did you do? Did you tap out? Did you get back in, or did you just stay out? All right. I do believe that Bitcoin is going to hit above 110. I do believe. And then I do believe after it hits 110 Bitcoin, which means the altcoins are going to absolutely start running. And then the meme coins have already woken up and they're going to run. I do believe that Bitcoin will surpass this cycle's high and get to 110. Psychological level of support. A lot of people will start to come in with Coinbase being added to the S&P 500. If institutions start suggesting, you guys see. I am going to the Bitcoin conference. The VP is coming to the Bitcoin conference. Don Jr. and Eric Trump are coming to the Bitcoin conference to speak. And they have a lot of money into Bitcoin. And guys, whether you like them or love them, just look at the roadmap that's being laid out. Do you think that they're going to make laws against it with them having so much money into it? No, they're going to make laws to support it. Okay. All right. And he owes us one from that Bitcoin conference, because that was not good. All right. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Love you guys. For real, though, nothing you can do about it. All right. Let's all go to the bank together. Live, love, laugh, and learn.